It's Mo, and it's time again for me to pack to go to Ohio. Every year, or at least the last 2 years, I have had a trip to Ohio to visit my cat nephews and to cat sit for my BFF there. So today we are going to pack my bag, or at least start packing my bag. I usually start packing my bags like a week in advance, maybe sometimes even more than a week in advance, because I try to pack as light as possible. It's not a big deal for me to pack the clothes that I'm going to bring and just not wear them for the next week. The first thing that I always do is I start by just gathering all the clothes that I think I might want to bring with me on the trip. So I get everything out of my closet that I think I might want to bring. You know, it depends on what's going on seasonally and where my trip is to. Going to Ohio always makes it very easy because I can certainly do laundry while I'm there. I know what the weather's going to be like. It's not really going to be anything too crazy. There's plenty of thrift stores around. If I need to buy any clothes, of course I can. Going to Ohio makes it a little bit easier, but the first thing I do is just start a big pile, put everything in a big pile, get my toiletry bag out, start to gather my electronics, start to gather everything, get the bags that I'm going to use out. Then I'll start paring things down. I know that I'm only going to bring a backpack as my carry-on and a personal item, which is going to be a tote bag. So I know I have like very little space to work with, but this is generally how I like to pack. Even if I'm going for a longer trip, I would prefer to just take that. If I'm going somewhere that requires more clothes or more bulky clothes, I might bring like a carry-on suitcase. But for the majority of trips, I'm going to bring one backpack and one personal item. It's all going to be carry-on. I never check a bag. So I need to have everything that I'm going to bring in that backpack. Once I've made that pile on the bed, then I will start paring down. And this is when I usually choose like a color scheme too. I want all the clothes that I bring to be very versatile. So I want to be able to wear each item with every other item. And usually choosing kind of a color scheme, kind of a colorway makes that easier for me. Then I don't have one or two items that are like drastically different that are going to stick out that I'm not going to want to wear while I'm away. After I've chosen that color scheme and after I have eliminated a lot of the clothes that are not going to work, then I start actually like folding my clothes, getting my final clothes together. And this is mostly what I packed, but it will go through another revision. So I packed one pair of shorts, one pair of pants, one pair of pajama bottoms, my underwear and socks. I did also end up in the last minute throwing in another pair of pants, which I think is going to be overkill. Last year, I only brought one pair of shorts and one pair of pants, plus the pants that I wear on the plane. So that really does give me 3 bottom options. And I think that's going to be enough, but I don't know. At the last minute, I just thought I'll throw in another one. Like I said, my packing goes through another revision from what you see. And I did end up culling some of these t-shirts, but ended up bringing that extra pair of bottoms, so I don't know what possessed me. That is why I think the several versions of packing is important, though. I always end up finding things that I either forgot about, that I want to bring, or more often I find things that I decide I don't need to bring and I can just let go of. I don't need to pack them. So that is always a helpful part in the process. And since my goal is to pack as light as possible, I need those several passes over what I'm going to bring to ensure that I'm bringing what I want. I'm packing a sweatshirt, I'm packing a long sleeve shirt, I'm packing 3 t-shirts. This does not include what I'm gonna wear on the plane, which I'll show you in just a minute, but I always pack a bathing suit. You never know when you're gonna need a bathing suit. They're very small. You might as well just put one in there just in case. Here I am going through my toiletries bag. This stuff just lives in this bag all the time. So I have toothpaste, soap, I have a conditioner bar, I have some floss, and then I bring my medication with me always. Then I get my plane outfit ready. I usually know what I'm gonna wear on the plane: a tank top, a t-shirt, comfy clothes, a pair of sweatpants, and socks and shoes. I also will be wearing a hoodie on the plane, not pictured here here. Next, I'm getting ready my personal items. So I have my tote bag and another small bag to bring with me, and then most importantly, my books. These did go through another cull after I shot this. House of Days, Fences, The Swimmers, Gender Stories, Mouth to Mouth, Weinberg, Ohio, Portrait of a Tongue, and The Yellow Room made that cull. I don't know if that's going to be the final book count, but I am also reading Build Your House Around My Body by Violet Coopersmith, so I will be bringing that as well. The majority of the books are going to go in the bottom of my backpack, but the book that I'm reading will go in my tote bag with me. I got a few packages for my trip, things that I am going to bring with me, things that I'm going to pack, so I thought we would open them together. This one is more of a utility, I hope. I like this packaging a lot. I don't like to order from you-know-where, but it is convenient that it comes super quick. And I'm glad that this is all paper. That's really nice. Hopefully they're moving towards that. I've got this little hub to bring with me on my trip. I have to work while I'm there, and I'm using my friend's computer, which only has one port. Yeah, perfect. So it's just a USB to USB port. Fun. Exactly what I needed. This is a more fun package. This is a book, I think, that I won in a Goodreads giveaway, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's much bigger than I thought it was going to be. Yes, this is Bluff by Denise Smith. I've heard a lot about Denise Smith, and I really wanted to read their other work, so I was happy to win this proof. Oh, fun. It's got a lot of mixed media and other kind of interesting poems. So I'm definitely going to be bringing this one on my trip and working my way through this one. I'm excited for that. Let's see what the mailer said. Just the usual, thank you for winning, thank you for entering, you won, put your review up, etc., etc. The two Denise Smith that I have heard of that I wanted to read was Homie and Don't Call Us Dead. Both of those I've heard only good things about, so I am really excited for this one. I don't know if those are also mixed media, but this will be a really good one to take with me. Very excited for that. Those are two more items that I'm packing on my trip. Okay, everything I take with me for a week in Ohio. I'm going to pack everything in this backpack, and then also I bring this tote bag, which is like my carry-on. These are both carry-ons, but this is like my underseat, and this will go in the overhead. This is my zero waste kit. There's napkins, spoons, straws, boba straw and stuff. I'm also bringing this small cup. It's very, very lightweight. The stuff in here is lightweight too. This has all my toiletries in it. That will also go in the blue bag. I will fill these bags with my camera stuff and my electronics. So this will have my cube and my cord for my phone and my headphones for the plane. This will have all my camera stuff in it, including this camera. I have a mask. I actually have a couple of masks that I'll bring just in case. And then I keep this little tote bag in the big tote bag in case I need anything. I might put a pair of shoes in there for now if I decide to bring flip-flops. I have a couple of tank tops. I have one other tank top, so 3 tank tops total that I'm going to bring. Then underwear and socks. I have like warm socks for sleeping, a bunch of underwear, a bunch of socks, my PJ bottoms. I'm bringing 3 t-shirts, not including the one that I'm wearing on the plane. I went with like a green, orange, golden color scheme this time. A bikini, just in case, you just never know. Always travel with a bikini or a bathing suit of some variety. I'm only bringing 1 pair of pants, and that is all the clothes that I'm bringing except 1 sweatshirt also. That's a pullover, not a zip down. And like I said, everything will get packed in there. I'm bringing 1 pair of shoes, and I'll probably bring 1 pair of flip-flops. In my zero waste kit, I'm bringing a little extra bag that can be good for like takeout, and also a napkin, fork, some straws, some disposable chopsticks, because you never know, a boba straw. I just used one that I got in a boba, I just washed out, and then I'll also bring a spoon. I'm actually now back from Ohio. I went on my trip and it was great. You will definitely see an Ohio vlog coming soon. I wanted to talk a little bit about my packing and if it was successful, if it worked. I do always want to pack very light, especially if I'm going anywhere that I know has laundry, and especially when I'm going to Ohio, because The special needs of the cats dictate that I wash everything when I get there anyway, so a lot of those clothes were like clean, and then I re-washed them as soon as I got to Ohio anyway, and I knew I was going to wash clothes throughout. I think I overpacked a little bit this trip, partly because the flight to Ohio was the hottest flight that I've ever taken in my life. So my usual clothes that I wear on the plane, which are usually like sneakers, socks, tank top, t-shirt, sweatshirt, sometimes I'd take a scarf just in case. Those were too much. It was far too hot and it was very uncomfortable. We taxied for over an hour leaving, so we were an hour delayed and it took forever to take off. And then because the flight to Ohio is so short, it was extremely hot the entire flight. So that I definitely don't think I necessarily needed, although I did re-wear the shirt and the tank top and the pants at some point over my trip. I like having sweatpants just in case it is really cold or if there's rainy days. There was a couple days that I wore them when it was like overcast or raining. It was not as hot this year as it was last year in Ohio. I think I could pare down what I brought. I brought one sweatshirt too many, for sure. I brought more underwear and socks that I needed. I think I only ended up wearing one pair of socks the entire time I was there. So again, because I'm able to wash my clothes, I might as well not bring as many. Like I don't need to bring 8 pairs of underwear for 8 days. I can just bring 4 pairs of underwear and then wash them. I didn't use my bathing suit, but I always think it's totally worth it to bring that. Like I said, I didn't wear that second sweatshirt that I brought. I also brought a long sleeve shirt, which I did end up wearing on certain days, but was it really needed? No, I could have just worn one sweatshirt. So I definitely overpacked a little. I think where I underpacked was I brought way less t-shirts than I normally bring, and I ended up actually buying a t-shirt on the trip, which was helpful. So having like one other t-shirt in rotation was helpful. I don't think my planning of doing laundry was perfect on this trip, so I could get better on that. So maybe if I was better at planning my laundry, I would have been better at wearing the t-shirts, or I would have felt like that was enough t-shirts. Other things that I bought on the trip were a hairbrush and a nail clipper because I wasn't able to bring those with me, so I decided to buy them on the trip. Very rare that I buy things like that, but I figured they'll stay in my toiletry bag and they'll just be my going on trips hairbrush and nail clippers, so that works out. The books that I brought way too many books on the trip. I ended up purchasing, I think like 30 books while I was there, but I only ended up reading the one book that I had started before the trip and that I didn't even finish till I got back, which was Build Your House Around My Body by Bradley Cooper Smith. So I definitely didn't need as many books, and I think that's a good lesson going forward. I think I brought 8 books on the trip with me. Paring that down to like 3 or 4 books would be good. I did start one of the books that I brought with me on the trip, but I didn't complete it, so was it even really necessary to bring? Other than that, I think I did pretty good with my packing. It felt pretty light. I ended up shipping back a bunch of the books that I bought and also that extra sweatshirt because I knew I wasn't going to wear it. So let me know if this packing video was useful to you, if it was helpful to you, if you are a light packer like me. I think it's very important for me to pack light, for me to bring my zero waste kit and just have that ability to wash clothes if I need to, or pick up clothes. You can always pick up clothes or pick up items if you need to as well. Obviously I went to a populated place, a place where I could purchase anything that I needed if I needed anything. I will be going on another trip towards the end of the year, so that'll be a similar trip, except I think we're driving, so it'll be like a 6 or 7 day trip that we drive, so that might have a slightly different packing experience. I will definitely do another pack with me, and I will definitely try to refine my light packing and my sustainable packing whenever possible. What was the last trip that you packed for? Did you pack light or heavy? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.